Well, good afternoon and welcome back, National Soccer League fans. It is your match of the week here at last. Projected to be a heavy-hitting contest, but it really has not gone to plan. For your defending Soccer Bowl champions, the Utah Pioneers come here today and technically still current title holders, but they are on the streak of 3 losses in a row in their opening 5 games. A disastrous start to their title defense, and the goals have been the real problem. Without their main man, Kodiaks Saratoga, they have dried up completely. Just 6 goals in their first 5 games. Patek Pittner has failed to live up to the lofty expectations and the shoes that have been left vacant. And the Kodiaks have been interesting this season once again. 3-2 records so far, but a loss last week on the road to the Olympians. So they're looking for a bounce-back win here. And here is their starting lineup. No changes once again to this side. And we'll have to see if they can find more joy in front of the home crowd out here in Alaska. And with the titular pressure of a match of the week on their back, it may be a difficult task, and it's worth noting the Pioneers are certainly sleeping giants. They are your champions of the Soccer Bowl, and logic would suggest they will come around sooner rather than later, but those who are following them may be starting to believe that may not happen with how unconvincing they have been. Even in their 2 wins, one from extra time and one from a penalty shootout, they have not looked like the same team without their MVP, Kodiaks Saratoga, and it is a shift in the lineup today. Patek Pittner left on the bench for the first time this season. They're trying something new out. And Nacho Varela is up top with his first start of the season. And Yotef Pena is on the bench as well. So mixing it up at the point of attack and trying to get Cairo, Sanchez, and Emerson Gomez going behind the striker as well. It's been a struggle this season, but more importantly, the defense has become a shadow of its former self. 12 goals conceded in the first 5 games, which is way worse considering their average goals conceded last season was just above 1 per game. There is the new starter on his debut this season, Ignacio Varela. See what he can get up to today. And the bad news for the Pioneers is they're missing their arguably best defender in Florencio Vaz, out with a thigh injury, expected to be missed up to 2 to 3 weeks. Could be out until after the Week 9 bye is what we are hearing. Initial reports have to see they may play cautious with his return rather than trying to accelerate it and risk the aggravation of another injury. So, all that aside, we have kicked off here just past 2 p.m. local time. Kodiaks had deferred to the second half, but they pinched the ball off their opponents quickly here. The Pioneers turned it over fast. Zoltan knobs it through to Christian Shona. Into the danger area he goes. Cut back for Eduardes. He's in there, and Van Bruggen was alert to the danger. Really athletic goalkeeping there to get down and smother that up. Marilla trying to head it on, but no one there behind him. Sobrino carries it away. Kodiaks now just trying to settle things down and possess this ball and see what they can make happen here. Zoltan. Shona trying to thread it through, but Judicial Anglama is on top of it. Here is the stand-in center back, Julian Puña Rodriguez, who is a long-term Pioneer player. Has been a capable backup off the bench throughout his many seasons with the club, so hoping to enforce and ensure calmness over this back line. Here come the Pioneers on the attack first time today with Nacho Varela. Out wide to Emerson Gomez. Good pace on that pass. Emerson again casual with the ball and just nothing doing there. Looks like he's stuck buffering, trying to think of a skill move or something. Just can't get it going. Puña Rodriguez with a strong challenge that wins it back for his side. Uxio Mora Sanchez back in the lineup again after a red card in week 4. Here's Cairo. Miguel Cairo circling, and again the Pioneers just too casual with their passing. Herrera has found Cairo in a pocket of space, and Carterson has to claw it behind for the Kodiaks to prevent the opening goal. A corner to the Pioneers here. Miguel Cairo with a decent chance. Well struck and well saved. Well, he's been the player that suffered the most from the departure of Saratoga because he freed up so much space when he was in the mix. Also provided a lot of assists for him, and his numbers have dropped off the face of a cliff. Ball's in for Gomez, and the header was on target. Rather off target, and that's why it's a goal kick. Thought maybe Jacques Melry had gotten a piece of it, but no, cleanly behind, off target for a goal kick. Not a bad start for the Pioneers here, though. Looking for more of the same and more chance creation. Got to keep things going. Kodiaks looking to avoid another loss. They've yet to lose back-to-back games this season. Every loss has been followed by a win. Early on, of course, only week 6, but here comes Shona. Abdul Rashid, can he reverse it to Shona and others in the middle? Puña Rodriguez touched off of a couple defenders. Van Bruggen made a capable save. Here's Caedo now, going the other way. The game's suddenly starting to open up here. Varela. Uxio Mora Sanchez. movement from the Pioneers here. Better on the passing front. Herrera. Emerson Gomez. Can he find a teammate here? Isaiah Mathabal. Into Cayeto from Emerson. Nice ball. Cayeto skips away from the challenge. Brilliant. Emerson Gomez. Brilliant for the Pioneers. And that's looking a lot better for them. Much more like the championship caliber team. Emerson Gomez finishes off a wonderful team move to give the visitors the opening goal and the lead in this one. Pioneers strike first in your match of the week. Cayeto, it's brilliant footwork, and then he lays it off to Gomez, who sees Carterson is scrambling and just passes it across his body. Makes him go back the other way. No chance for the Kodiaks keeper. That's tucked into the far corner. Brilliant team goal and a really composed finish from Emerson Gomez to give the Pioneers the lead here. That is the third goal of the campaign for Emerson Gomez, and it's come at a great time for the Pioneers, who've struggled, especially when it comes to scoring the first goal in games. They've often been playing off the back foot, so that will do them a world of good. And they are a goal to the good so far. Kodiaks are struggling again in front of the home crowd. It has been an odd sequence we've seen from them. Trying to get back in the game. They've had a couple of good chances, and Van Bruggen has been instrumental in keeping that digit at 0 for the visiting team here. On the home side, rather. Here's Abdul Rashid. Working it inside to Shona. Reyes gets his old club blocked by Muñoz Rodriguez, who's settling in nicely in the heart of defense. The first half gone here. 23 minutes played, and the Pioneers are getting forward again with the goal scorer, Emerson Gomez. It's into Nacio Varela. Putting up, tries to go back inside to Armathabal. Herrera. Nicely done. And Miguel Cayeto going to drive it from distance and wins another corner. Pioneers keep applying the pressure here. Cayeto with another chance, forcing a save. It's early enough in the season, but the Pioneers are in the bottom 5, 20th place as it stands, trying to make up the ground in the 8th place Kodiaks. A win here, as it stands, would carry them high up the table, all the way into 15th place, so a big step in the right direction. Try and get their back-to-back defense campaign back on track as Powers got the last touch with another corner off the Miguel Cayeto chance, another blocked shot for him. Muff the ball across to take the third of the match for the Pioneers, the first one from this side of the field. Uxio Sanchez checking in close, but it's going to go past him. Cayeto heads it back to Suarez. Going to work on Carlin Eastman. Here's Miguel Cayeto. Emerson Gomez is in a good space here, and Sobrino saw the back heel coming, cut it out. Abdul Rashid trying to urge the Kodiaks forward. Nice little swivel there. And now it's a 1v1 with Eduardes and Muñoz Rodriguez. Eduardes into the area. Good save. Van Bruggen stands tall and parries it away, and the Pioneers regain possession comfortably. Great chance for Eduardes, not really taking full advantage there. Thought he was going to cut back inside, maybe try and open it up, but this time went for power, and the posture of Van Bruggen was enough to parry it away. Here's Miguel Cayeto now. Pioneers have played well on the counter. Gomez in behind Eastman. Still Emerson Gomez in on goal now. Emerson Gomez going for the near post, saved by Carterson, and shielded out for another corner. A great chance right on the edge of the 6-yard box. Tries to just catch him off guard at the near post. Carterson, quality of the caliber of keeper he is, not going to be cheated there. Did well to hold his ground. And Mathabal to take. He's been busy from the set pieces. He's delivered some good balls. Can he keep it going here? Swung in towards Emerson Gomez, and Powers is there again to head away. Eduardes nods it on. Reyes, lovely turn and hacked down in an interesting way. And it's another disciplinary action for Uxio Sanchez, who's beginning to build a bit of a reputation for this kind of behavior. A red card already this season and a marginal yellow card here that could have seen him sent off if Reyes was in a more advanced position, because he was clean away and he was hacked down from behind. Well, it was a professional foul, certainly, and in the eyes of the referee, a cynical one as well, deserving of a booking. Game has its first disciplinary action, a yellow card to Uxio Sanchez. The visitors still in the lead, 1-0 here. Kodiaks pressing to get back in level terms, but Ender Herrera is in the way. Just had a good game, mopping up in midfield. Or muff the ball on it again. Cayero now. Gomez to Varela. Serving it out wide. Melri, acrobatic defending there, did well. Herlick. Next trying to get going again. They've been methodical. Their build-up, not a bit mundane. Eastman now charging down this right flank. To the middle it goes with Abdul Rashid. Shona trying to break the line here. Christian Shona, nice ball for Attila Zoltan. Zandbruggen, great save again. He has been busy in this half, but showcasing again why he's in the conversation for the league's best goalkeeper. That is excellent again. 5 minutes to go. The Kodiaks pressing for an equalizer in front of the home crowd. Pioneers in the lead still, courtesy of that Emerson Gomez goal. Abdul Rashid pass was not on the same page and given away. Cayero to Orbat the ball. Varela with the back heel and doesn't connect. Gives the Kodiaks another chance here with time running out in the first half. Shona, inviting ball forward for Eduardes, who's 1v1 with Rico Suarez. Cuts it back for Christian Shona up into the air off Carlos Roberto, and it should be Van Bruggen's ball. Made a little bit of a mess of it. Might be a corner. Just gonna look here. Shona's shot was solidly struck, and it's up into the sun, an awkward area. And Shona applying enough of the pressure, it makes it awkward. It is going to be a corner for the Kodiaks. They've defended the four corners against them well. Can they make this one count on offense? Powers into the area now. Eduardes trying the shot. Van Bruggen able to collect it from a difficult angle. Goes out to Cunha Rodriguez. Ormazábal, Cayero, this is nice from the Pioneers. Here comes Uchiwara Sanchez. Ormazábal, couple of back heels. Varela, Herrera. Still with the Pioneers, and then one too many touches and given away. And Melri hacked down. Sanchez has to be careful here, and he's been sent off. And justifiably so. What was he thinking? A second red card of the season for Uchiwara Sanchez and a needless foul. It sees the Pioneers go down to 10 men when they were in the lead. What a silly decision. All he had to do was not go into another challenge like that. After the first one, he was lucky to get away with just a yellow, and then he goes in for a second bite. And he's been sent off the second time this season. What's happened to him? Wow, what a sequence there that gives the Kodiaks a real lifeline back into this game, despite being down at the break in front of the home fans. We'll be back to see if they can capitalize on that advantage. Pioneers still tenuously in the lead for the time being, courtesy of Emerson Gomez. Up in the lead, 1-0 at the break, are the Pioneers. We'll be right back with second half action in just a moment on the National Soccer League Network. Welcome back, National Soccer League fans. A strange first half, the Pioneers leading, but a rush of blood to the head, a rash and reckless challenge. Two of them actually for Uchiwara Sanchez that saw consecutive yellow cards, resulting in his sending off at the end of the first half. So really, really selfish, boneheaded play, letting the team down. But they are still in the lead, the Pioneers. And the Kodiaks try and muster a comeback now that they have the numbers advantage in their favor. They still trail by a goal despite leading a man on their opposition here. Melri sweeping ball in. Cunha Rodriguez has had a good game filling in for Vaz at the back so far. Pioneers will have to be more precise, picking their moments to get forward. This might be one of them with Varela. He was done well in his possession and got away from Herlick there. Cayero got away from one with a knock on, but then too much bit off, couldn't chew it, and gave it away. The next half possession, the home crowd starting to grow a little bit restless, and that's not going to help. That's a poor giveaway from Zoltan, directly passing to the opposition team. Cayero, Varela, trying to feed Emerson Gomez through, who's working on Carlin Eastman again. Herrera, Gomez flipping it in for Varela. Bundled over by Herlick. Referee says no foul. Enough in that challenge, and it's cleared by Carterson. Ormazábal wins it back nicely. Gomez. And given away to Eastman that time. Carterson clears it away. Pioneers trying to keep this ball in their opposition's half. Paedo that time brought down a frustration foul by Austin Powers and going to be a yellow card. His name in the book now. The referee has seen enough. Well, it's clever from Paedo. He just gets clipped on his way through. Referee right to book him there as our drone now trying to get a look here. Free kick for the Pioneers, trying to make something happen here. Swung in. Herrera's header is on target. And into the arms of Carterson, now rolling it out, looking for a teammate. Shona, nice ball through the middle to Abdul Rashid. Turned over again, though the Pioneers have been suffocating in this one so far. Paedo, space for a couple step overs, and Miguel Paedo working the angle on the shot. Came in, it was nearly deflected in. Not for a good stop by Carterson in the net again, but the Pioneers are still on control all over the Kodiaks at the moment. Here's Varela trying to circle around. Holick able to get in charge of that situation just about. Nelly. Holick. Kodiaks trying to get forward. They've been pinned back through most of this first half. They might need to think about making some changes now as they're trailing despite being up a man on the Pioneers here. Nelly, back post ball is difficult. Van Bruggen commanding goalkeeping once again. Anglema has Emerson Gomez on the wing and he's picked him out. Pioneers trying to pour a couple numbers forward here. Emerson Gomez goes on. Good skill. Now cuts back, looking to work on Simao Magellan, and Eastman and him able to team up and cut it out. Eastman sends it long to Reyes. Abdul Rashid, this is better for the Kodiaks. Zoltan. Abdul Rashid flicks it back to Powers. Reyes is offside. It's going to end that passage of play for the home side here, and the frustration continues to mount here at Aleutian Stadium. It's been a sluggish, sloppy day all over the pitch for the home side, and they still trail despite being up a man. Looks like we might have a substitution coming up now for one or both of these two teams. Indeed we do. Let's see who's coming onto the pitch. That's the goal scorer, Emerson Gomez, whose day is done. Alberto Correña making his way onto the field now. Trying to freshen it up at the point of attack, keep the energy going in a second goal that would see this game sealed off. And Varela was on the ground, crawling up to receive the pass. Did well in the circumstances. Carlos Roberto Torres. Into Caedo. Varela. Fighting for it. It did well to win it and then showed too much of it to Simao Magellan. Zoltan. Will reach it out wide to Eduardes. Kodiaks still yet to make a change with only 20 minutes remaining, and they're still trailing. In fact, they've still been shut out. But this could be a chance with Christian Shona. Oh, that's horrific. The classic National Soccer League blunder of shooting when you're clean through on goal from outside the box. What a silly choice from Shona. A rare miscue on his part. Couldn't even get it near the target. He knows what a let-off that is. A big chance wasted by him. It's been a wasteful day for the Kodiaks, in truth. They have been second best despite being at home and up a man on their counterparts here. The Pioneers performed admirably, trying to get back on track this season. Continuing to dominate the passing possession here, the Pioneers. Caedo. Searching for an opening. Holick got the ball first. The referee says he wanted a free kick, didn't get it. Powers dinks back to Eastman. Here's Shona. Zoltan trying to split the defenders, but our mouth the ball, read it, and cut it out. Off the ball now back inside to Correña. Herrera trying to make the run ahead of him. Wide to Anglema, takes the safe option, and then given away by Anglema. 15 minutes to play here. Shona feeds it into Reyes. Nice ball down the line. Here goes Diego Reyes against his old club. Desperate to get something going here for the home side. Looking on. Junior Rodriguez swings it in now for Eduardes. Carlos Roberto Torres. Big, brave clearance there. Varela wins the header for his side. Might have just done enough here, the Pioneers, with just over 10 minutes remaining. A second goal surely would seal it at this stage. Cairo looking for it. He's found Correa on the far side. Correa, Anglama, encouraged to get forward here. Can he whip it across? Circles back around, keeping the ball, wanting to turn it over. Here's Cairo. Correa has been excellent today. Gets it back to Cairo. Varela, first time effort. Carterson able to hold it. It wasn't the cleanest connection. 10 minutes from time here. The Kodiaks have been shut out for the entirety of this game for the first time this season. It would be a first clean sheet of the season for the Pioneers, despite being down to 10 men as well. What a statement that would be. Still time for the Kodiaks, though. Powers. Abdul Rashid. Haven't really tested Van Bruggen much in this second half. He spins up, playing as almost a center forward, and you see why he plays defense there, because that one's given away. The lone goal from Emerson Gomez in this slightly catatonic match of the week. Still the difference between the two sides. Pioneers on the ball, and every passing tick of the clock, the win looking more and more likely for them. Melvi wins it back, though. Important header. Zoltan. Eduardes. Inside it goes, back to Zoltan. Abdul Rashid. Eduardes, this is nice from the Kodiaks. Abdul Rashid was pushed down off the ball and then ended up getting in the way of Eduardes' dribble. How strange was that? The referee saying nothing doing, incidental contact. Correa nods it on for Yudishai Angloma. This could be the moment for the Pioneers to seal it. It's what a save from Carterson. Should have sent the Kodiaks packing there. Not for a fine diving stop. Cayetano, who's been back to his best today, thought he had the winner. What a stop. With the thumb of Carterson, did enough to keep it out. And the substitution now, as we wait for this corner to come in. We do indeed. As Carlin Eastman's coming off. For Mullet Friederson, the captain is on. Varela making way as well. So they're bringing off a defender, adding another attacker, trying to get a last roll of the dice going. How much added time will they have to do so, though? Is it too little, too late? As whoa, that one's up in the air for Cunha Rodriguez, and out behind for a goal kick. Pena was the player who came on for the Pioneers. With only 3 minutes of added time, the Kodiaks are not going to be able to come back, I don't think, in the time that remains. It's given away to Miguel Cayetano the worst possible time. Or Matamata Pena trying to turn and shoot. Or Matamata still has it. To break the line here, but they've kept the ball long enough that should do it. The offside called, but it's too little too late. Pioneers are going to hang on to all 3 points for the first time this season here, and a real testament to the strength of their squad and their character, able to hold on to this game despite being down to 10 men since the first half. Have they done enough? The referee's got the whistle ready, and there it is. The Kodiaks stunned at home in your match of the week by the 10-man Pioneers, who come here on the road when they are at their best and grab a critical win here. The Kodiaks far from their best today, and the Pioneers showing they are not done yet. Still early enough to turn this season around. Leave you here with the full match highlights and statistics. There aren't many of them, but we'll be back with 2 more games tonight as we conclude our coverage of the Saturday Showdown on the National Soccer League Network. Oh, wow.